Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Glad we could get you into this game really fast. It's I Really Hate 3v3 on blue team, Firefrost Gaming Squad on purple team, as we get into picks and bans here at LOL Tourneys. It is Mouse Jones, joined by Earthkey here, bringing you this game. You excited?
I don't know. I've seen I Really Hate 3v3 before, and they've brought some killer plays to the table, but Firefrost Gaming, they're brand new, aren't they?
Yes, they are. I've not seen them, so maybe they've been in one before that I've just missed.
Yeah, we'll have to see what they bring then, because I'm pumped up. I've seen I Really Hate 3v3s before. I want to see what they can bring, but it's always cool to see new people as well, see what they can really bring to the LOL Tourneys table.
Yeah, it's always interesting. We actually have 4 bans down already. It's going to be Kassadin, LeBlanc, Vi, and Renekton into the last bans now.
It's funny, actually. Renekton's always been a really strong pick, but I don't know if he's ban-worthy. There's so many other top laners at the moment. Shyvana, Mundo, Nasus, people that I see as more worthy of a ban. Renekton, definitely not someone you want to mess with, but I don't know if that ban is really necessary. However, that LeBlanc and Kassadin, I am 100% behind Mouse. I don't know about you, but there's nothing fun about getting blown up instantly.
I mean, Renekton could be they just have a problem playing against him. You see those bans occasionally. The last two bans are going to be Nasus and Mundo, and we actually see I Really Hate 3v3 hovering and now locking the first pick Thresh in.
Not that surprising. Thresh always a very, very solid pick. And it's just kind of funny that after we were talking about Nasus and Mundo being those strong top laners, that they just get knocked out so quickly. So, however, Shyvana is left up still, so we might see her up in that top lane.
Yeah. We also see Annie and Elise going down for Frostfire here. First 2 picks back to I Really Hate 3v3 now.
An interesting idea. While Annie is amazing at these teamfight engages, she's also very good at picking people off, as long as that Pyromania, her stun, is charged up first. So she can use that Disintegrate to just blast onto someone, or even Tibbers if she's really feeling frisky, and then Elise can follow up with a Cocoon. Just a very nice wombo combo for picking people off in terms of CC, because you've just got so much in such a small time. However, with that Thresh on bottom, Annie could be seeing a bit of harass there. Annie's a lot squishier than Thresh is early on, so if she doesn't play careful, she's going to find herself grabbed, and she's going to find herself dead.
3 seconds left. It's a Lucian lock, and they're hovering, and now locked Kha'Zix on I Really Hate 3v3.
Kha'Zix is on who's really popped up a fair bit in solo queue from what I've seen. There was, when he first came out, people were playing him all the time, and then he kind of lulled off once he got hit with some nerfs to his Void Spikes. However, now as people have progressed on, they've looked at him again, they're playing him once again. He's just absolutely devastating. He can still jump on you, can still drop you down so quickly, and I wonder how Frostfire are going to counter that.
Apparently with a Shen and a Caitlyn, as those are their next 2 picks they've now locked in.
Oh, not bad. It's actually been quite a while since we've seen a Shen up on top anyway. Nothing wrong with him, it's just with heavier pushers like Shyvana or Mundo or Renekton even, those are the champions that people are going to, but most of them have been banned out. Renekton, Mundo, and Nasus taken away from that top lane. So while we could see I Really Hate 3v3's picking up that Shyvana, Shen can be a real pain up there to someone else like maybe Jax, or even Darius, I'd say.
Oh man, I Really Hate 3v3 has 5 seconds left to pick. We see the hover Udyr lock from the other one. That's gonna be a Fizz. Nope, Lux.
Ooh. Really taking their time to just measure out what they're going to be up against on the side of Frostfire Gaming. And that's fine if they need to take their time. It just shows they're really putting a lot of thought into who they need to utilize in terms of beating Frostfire Gaming. And even though we haven't seen a lot of Lux, or even Udyr recently, both of them are incredibly strong champions. Lux with their long range enter utility, and Udyr with just his ability to tank and stun multiple people over and over and over again. Definitely very solid picks. But oh, you trolled me, Mouse. I thought you said it was an Udyr.
Yeah, and then he changed it the last second too.
Well, there's that Shyvana.
Yeah, he's switching between Ahri and Orianna here. Back to Ahri, and it's a lock. The team comps are locked in now at this point.
Choosing someone like Ahri, who's got a lot of mobility once she hits that 6, is going to be incredibly smart, actually, on the side of Frostfire. Because as long as Lux can't land her stuff, she's not going to be able to do damage to her. She's got her auto attack, sure, but if she can't land that Lucent Singularity, that Light Binding, that final spark, then what can she do? And Ahri, if she uses that Spirit Rush, is so insanely difficult to hit with anything. So unless that Light Binding locks her down beforehand, Lux is going to have an incredibly difficult time playing against her.
Yeah. It's going to be very, very interesting. I'm trying to look at these team comps. I like Frostfire. They have all that lockdown for Caitlyn too. To be honest.
Yeah. And you know what? That's going to be incredibly helpful later on. If they can lock down someone like that Kha'Zix, who otherwise is going to come in and destroy her, then that's going to be fantastic. However, they've got a couple of AoE CCs. They've got the Shenton. They've got anti-tippers or Incinerate or whatever they choose to use that stun on. But outside of that, the rest of them are just single target. The Cocoon is single target, the Charm is single target, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just a little bit more difficult to land those kinds of stuns, and it's only going to lock down one person. That means that Kha'Zix and Shyvana, when they dive onto Caitlyn, you're only going to get one of them with that Cocoon or that Charm. And honestly, you kind of need that to jump onto the enemy AD carry as well, or that enemy Lux. Now, speaking of control, though, there really isn't that much on the side of ireallyhate3v3s. They've got a decent number of slows. Yeah. But yeah, it's just Thresh and Lux at the moment.
Yeah, and I'm not a fan of Shyvana top lane, to be honest. As we now see the Summoners, we know what that is. But, you know, it doesn't have a lot of pressure, in my opinion, top lane. I mean, they can farm great, and you can push great, but you don't have that top lane presence or even like the CC ability of somebody like a Renekton, who only has one stun, and people say he falls off late game, quote unquote, but he does so much damage at the same time that he's just a threat once the ult popped. Shyvana has the AoE that you can drop down, but I'm just not impressed with it, despite the fact that it's been played so much.
That's the thing. It's all about being able to dive onto that backline very, very quickly. And even if you're getting beaten on over and over and over again, she's just got so much armor, so much magic resistance, that she's able to shrug off a fair bit of it. And there's a lot of AoE damage involved. Once she uses that burnout, there's just so much damage coming out. And you can't really stop that. Like, yes, she doesn't have any hard CC, but it's almost like she doesn't need it. And honestly, she's quite effective at pushing out the top lane as well. Burnout, a very nice clearing tool, because as long as you keep on auto-attacking creeps, the duration of it increases. So you're still getting that AoE burn damage all around you. And are there better chances of pushing out top lane? Yeah, but she's still a very, very solid choice. However, taking that Ignite, it looks like she actually aims to kill Shen, and we'll see if that actually happens. Shen's one of those champions that's notoriously difficult to kill on top lane, just because he's got the heal from his Vorpal Blade, he's got that shield as well. Very, very difficult to kill him. And then on top of that, you've also got his Shadow Dash, which you can use to just back out of a team fight very, very quickly. So we'll see if Shyvana is actually able to get that kill up on top. But I'm pretty hesitant about any kind of kills going down on top lane for either side.
Yeah, you know, it's gonna be interesting to see how these teams play out, because we talk about CC and we talk about these team comps as much, and then one play and the game goes the completely opposite way. I do really like. And I didn't say this earlier. I really do like Kha'Zix in the jungle. The burst potential is just ridiculous.
Yeah, the only downside I'd say that he has is that he doesn't have any hard CC. He's got a slow. He's got a nice slow, but he doesn't have that hard lockdown. And if you look at other champions who are kind of similar, most of them just aren't that strong. However, Kha'Zix has great damage, like absolutely phenomenal damage. We've talked about Wukong and why he's popped up more recently, and it's because of the fact that he brings a lot of damage to the table. Kha'Zix brings even more. And so while he doesn't get that knock-up that Wukong does, he makes up for it with his ability to just damage someone and then get out of there using that upgraded wings form, which we see most people actually go. And he's just able to go in, get a kill, and then just back out because he's got so much damage in such a small window of time. However, against an Elise jungle, I don't know. I really don't know, Mouse, because every time I see an Elise, I just get shivers. So much kill potential on that champion. Combine that with the utility from Repel, combine that with the utility from Cocoon. She is an absolutely terrifying jungler.
It just has so much dominating potential. Her kit is just so strong right now.
Honestly, it's been strong for quite a while. It's just, I don't know if you remember, but when she first came out, nobody really liked Elise because everyone wasn't building her the proper way. They weren't building her as if she was a tank. They were building her very AP heavy because they were going for that damage. But you don't have to do that.
I also remember a lot of people thinking that maybe she'd be a good support or playing her mid lane. And then she finally went top, and then people were like, oh, she can tank? I'm going to try her as an AP jungler. And then, boom.
Yeah, and we've seen her there ever since. And you know, I think she's quite comfortable at home in the jungle because she's got very nice clear time. Kha'Zix also one of those very fast clear time champions. However, if they were to meet in the jungle, I've got to say Elise should be able to take Kha'Zix down because while he does have a decent amount of burst, Elise has that stun and she's got percent health damage. Not huge early on, but she still has a decent base on both of those moves, whether it's her human form Q, that neurotoxin, or that bite while she's in that spider form. Both are incredibly devastating early on, and Kha'Zix might find himself in a spot of trouble early on, of course, if he runs into that Elise.
Yeah. And I wouldn't be me if I didn't point out that we did have a pop star artery in this game.
Of course.
I haven't seen it played yet, to be honest.
Well, it's a very, very well designed skin. If you haven't seen it playing yet, then I assume you haven't seen the recall animation, which is very, very well done. But it looks like we're jumping right into the game.
Yeah.
And everyone is just getting started. They're getting underway. And you know what? Everyone's going for very, very standard, very safe item choices at the moment. We're seeing the machete come out on the junglers. We're seeing the Doran shield for those top lanes as well, the Doran's ring for the mid lane. And everyone's just kind of matching up with everyone else at the moment. There's a lot of variety in terms of what people start with at the moment. Maybe
interesting. If you're reading chat, Annie was having connection problems on the computer. They decided not to put a pause. They let her just reconnect, apparently.
Ah, gotcha. So that's why she hasn't bought anything just yet. And it's fine. It's early on in the game, and no one's really looking for invades anyway, so perfectly fine for her to just restart and get herself all organized without burning that pause.
How come that's standard start line here?
Well, the only thing I'd say is a bit surprising is Thresh going for the Ancient Coin, because nowadays we're seeing every support just running that Doran's Shield for the most part. And actually, Annie's choosing to run the Doran's Ring on bot lane. Not really going to be able to utilize that passive on it very much, but you know what? That extra AP, that extra health, it's all very, very helpful. And I think the biggest thing there is going to be the extra mana regen.
Yeah, that's going to be huge. And I mean, if Caitlyn gets forced out of lane, or Caitlyn's obviously going to miss the CS and Annie can take it, obviously Annie's going to, because they're in a situation where that also helps Caitlyn, because it means Annie's going to have mana.
Yeah, that's the thing. But I'm just surprised to see the Doran's Ring rather than the Frost Fang. However, the Frost Fang does not make you nearly as tanky as the Doran's Ring would. So I can understand why. The
ability to tank early or not take damage early has been a real knock on Annie as a support.
That's right. It's kind of the best of both worlds. It's not exactly a Doran's Shield. It's not exactly a Frost Fang or an Ancient Coin. You kind of just get the better parts. You kind of get good parts from both.
Not as much health, but you get mana regen. So, I mean, there's an obvious trade-off. As she misses her stun there...
But that's perfectly fine. You don't really want to go in too deep, but any extra harass you can get on is always welcome. Speaking of extra harass, up on top, Shen is actually having quite a difficult time dealing with Shyvana at the moment. That Doran's Shield is doing work, but he's still sitting at half health after burning his potion already. Meanwhile, Elise, halfway through her jungle, already clearing just a little bit faster than Kha'Zix. And now we see her making her way up to that top lane, possibly going to get this Shyvana. Oh, and a nice flash taunt.
Oh man, they are going to get it. But Elise is on there, has the red buff. I mean, Shyvana flashed, may actually get the first blood. Elise going to hit the bind, gets the spider out. Can she get the damage? Going to flash, red buff down. With the slow, one more auto attack, it's gonna get it done.
Yeah, and even though the first blood did go out to Shyvana, very nice job, by the way, getting that kill and the assist for your top lane, I've got to say it's a bit more worthwhile. You get just a little bit more goal scoring for the rest of your team. So while you're not getting that extra 100 on yourself, you're giving an extra 150 to Shen, which he didn't have before. And since he is struggling, I think he needs all the help he can get. However, an interesting choice by Shyvana, picking up a Spirit Stone in that top lane. I don't believe, when it refers to monsters, I don't believe that refers to lane minions. So that could be a mistake on her part, or she may be planning on just going for that Spirit of the Elder Lizard, something to give herself just even more burn damage. I'm not entirely sure. We'll see what she does with it as the game goes on.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see going forward.
And in that mid lane right now, Ahri and Lux saying neck to neck, and Kha'Zix and Elise are going to find themselves in the jungle. Not really able to do anything though. Neither one really willing to fight here. Kha'Zix was a bit eager, but now Ahri is in a bit of a bind.
Uh-oh. If that bind can hit, they're going to have to... Oh, flashes over the bind. Ahri burning her flash. Now Kha'Zix is coming in. Can he get the damage? Oh, the chart from Ahri. The ignite is down. That attack is going to get a kill for Shyvana. Or, not Shyvana. Ahri, my bad. And Elise was there at the assist. directed camera trolled me and took me top. I apologize, but Lux almost went down too. That would have been bad. Rather extra bad.
And since Lux and Ari are choosing to stick around in that mid lane, one might still fall to the other. However, they're both I think, yeah, there's Lux just leaving the lane. She's had enough for the moment. She needs to go back and buy. But now that's 2 kills over to purple side at the moment. Firefrost showing that they mean business going into this tournament.
They do. Good lead so far.
Yep, and it's that jungle Elise that I was so scared of. Already 1-0-1. And she's only going to roll harder from there. And Ari going back and picking up a couple more Dorn's rings. She wants to be able to just push her lead up on that mid. However, Lux going for the Chalice of Harmony instead.
Goodbye.
Yeah, I've got to agree with the way that Lux is going. As much as Dorn's rings are going to give you a boost, because that extra 120 HP she's getting from the 2 of them, that extra AP damage, it's very nice, but it's going to slow her late game build up a bit. And I don't think she really wants to be able to do that.
I gotta point something out. What is up with Shyvana's Spirit Stone?
I don't know.
Uh-oh.
But here's the TP towards Lux.
Can he get the taunt? He gets the taunt down. They're gonna get the taunt down. They're getting tons of damage down onto Lux. Lux's flash is down. She's gonna hit the bind. But with bot lane coming up, she may just try to chase them away. Ari's gonna burn her ult and get another kill here. Lucian is gonna get a kill on Annie, however.
Yeah, and gonna turn that into a 1-for-1 exchange, actually. It could be Dragon. Shyvana still up top, but no, it looks like Firefrost is gonna back out here. Elise just gonna go for that blue buff, and Shen is going to just head back towards that top lane. However, Caitlyn left alone in the bot lane could be bad.
Yeah, they're gonna get the play. They're gonna get the CZ down. Gonna get the flash. The Shen ult comes down, and that is gonna save Caitlyn here.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to capitalize on that and may pick up a kill, but instead being able to walk away from a fight, that's pretty worthwhile in my book. However, Shyvana is wailing on that top tower, taking it down to around half health at this point. If Shen doesn't get back there soon, that could be the first tower of the game going down.
Could be. It just not be Shen coming up. We may see Elise go up there too. Oh no! Flay going down on Annie. Annie taking a lot of damage. Doesn't have the... gets the stun down onto Thresh, and I think it hit Lucian too.
No, it didn't. It's just that Lucian was too to be able to follow it up with Piercing Light. And so Annie is going to walk away from that, and we should see Lucian going back very, very soon. If he doesn't, Caitlyn is just going to outclass him. She's coming back with full health. She's coming back with that BF sword as well. And Lucian's just got to go home and pick up some new items so he can stay on par with her. And there he is, choosing a BF sword of his own and boots on top of that. Not able to really afford that Vamp Scepter just yet.
They're going to get the Ignite down onto Elise there up their top lane. It's doing a lot of damage, but Shyvana taking a lot of damage too. Could potentially go down here. And Tawny is going to be up in a second. She's going to get Idle Elise, but not have enough damage. The burst comes down. They pick up that kill.
And I thought the burnout damage on the ground be enough, but Kha'Zix wants blood.
Gonna come over the tower. Beautiful repel. Gonna come back down. Going to get a hit. Going to get away. Maybe Shen's there. Ari's there. Ari going the wrong way. Ari should be coming up to chase. The pinks go down and Ari's ignoring them. Getting onto Lux instead. Burning her Ignite and everything.
And it looks like Kha'Zix might actually be able to make it out here. He's got blue buffs with that leap cooldown.
He's also going to die. He's going down again. They have the ability. They're going to flash. Antslayer now in a bad position. Going to go down. It's going to be a double kill for Lucian. He is 3-0 and on a killing spree.
That's the danger of going up against a Lucian Thresh bot lane. They've got a lot of burst potential. They've got a lot of lockdown potential. So if you are grabbed like Annie was, you're done. You're going to get demolished. And now that Lucian is sitting on 3 kills, he's feeling very, very comfortable at the moment.
Oh man, now they're gonna get onto Elise here. I don't know if they have enough damage. They're not.
No, Elise is just too tanky to deal with. She's got that spirit of the ancient golem. And at the moment, and just in general, she's got very, very nice tanky stats.
Annie cannot be trading that much damage for a stun though.
No, not at all. And she seems to be doing it continuously. Unfortunately, just getting caught out a couple of times now, and it's resulted in her death time and time again. She needs to be just a little bit tankier, I feel. Yeah. Go maybe for that spirit stone. However, the ancient coin, also a very solid move just to get her a bit more of economy. Yeah. And in terms of farm, everyone's doing quite well. They're sticking together in terms of numbers. Caitlyn a little bit ahead of Lucian at the moment. Lux a little bit ahead of Ari. It's up on top where we see the largest disparity of about 20 or so.
The only, top is the biggest disparity.
And it's only because Siobhan's been doing a fantastic job of keeping.
There's a Kha'Zix, but a Shen'Al's coming down too. Shen's the one actually going to get pulled here. He may go down to the color, but the anti-stun comes down. Righteous Chart's taking a lot of damage. Not going to be enough. But they could turn this around now. They weren't expecting the Shen'Al. Oh man, is Ari going to tower dive? She is going to pick up the kill on a killing spree. 3-0 Ari against that Lux.
Yeah, however, Kha'Zix is sticking around in that bot lane just like Shen is. This could be top tower going down. However, we could see mid tower also going down in favor of Frostfire.
I would trade a top tower for a bot tower, or a mid tower to be honest.
Any day.
Any day of the week.
Now, did you see in that bot fight just how quickly Tibbers got blown up? It seemed as soon as he came out, Lucian and Kha'Zix just demolished him.
Shen actually went back and teleported to save that top tower from going down, so they didn't even take bot tower.
Yeah, they didn't take bot tower. They did take mid tower, however. So this is going to just...
animation.
I told you to look out for it. It's very, very nice. Just a bit more culture in the league. Throwing in that K-pop. Anyway, now looking at the items, we've got the fully functional Bloodthirster on the side of Lucian. Caitlyn almost there, just short about 850 gold. But she'll be there soon enough. However, that Elise is someone that ireallyhate3v3s are going to have to watch out for. She's taken part in every single kill on her team so far, and she's going to be a part of many, many more to come. She's going to be incredibly tanky with that spirit of the ancient golem. And I don't know how Kha'Zix hopes to match this, because now this will be a dragon going out to ireallyhate3v3s. Oh no, to Frostfire.
Frostfire, yeah. Frostfire, yeah. And you know, they're Titan kills, they're up a dragon, they're up a tower, but the farm difference right now between top lane and mid lane is what's keeping the gold tied right now.
Well, even in the jungle, you're seeing a bit of a difference in terms of farm. However, with those assists on Elise, she's keeping up, and in fact, she's ahead of the Kha'Zix. So not a huge deal, but actually, I'd say that Elise, we saw earlier that Elise had a faster clear time, and I'd think that would stay true the farther the game goes on. So I don't think Kha'Zix is going to be able to keep that lead for too long if Elise hangs out in the jungle a bit more. However, Ari is being seen going down towards that bot lane, and Lucian and Thresh not really going to risk anything. Hug that tower, staying alive. And what you want to do when you're 3-0-0 is make sure you don't give up that kill streak, no matter what. Because you don't want to give your opponents a chance to recover.
You don't.
And speaking of recovering, we might see a tower fall on that top lane. However, with Shen on one underneath, if you get taunted, you're going to just get targeted by that tower immediately. And Kha'Zix and Shyvana realize this, just gonna back out instead of dealing with them. However, you might not have a choice. Here comes Ahri and Elise.
Yeah, Ahri and Elise are gonna get on this Shyvana. They're gonna chase her out. Oh, the charm goes down. Elise gets the bind down. It gets the stake out. Oh, she's gonna have to ult away, but the exhaust is down. So is Ahri's ult. Used it up. We're not going to pick it up, and Lux is up here now, places the ward on the wrong side of the wall, it looks like. And also something that stuck out to me, bot lane? What's it, Frostfire Gaming? Or Firefrost Gaming?
Ooh.
They have, oh my god, that anti-stun goes down, Thresh's ult goes down, the Shen ult goes down. It's not going to be enough as the culling comes out. Oh man, that's a lot of damage from that Caitlyn ult, but it's not going to be enough. Pudgy's actually going to go down to Thresh. Now they could be in trouble. Oh man, Lucian is going to get in. Oh, double kill for Lucian. But anyway, up until this point, red team was actually winning the tower battle bot lane. It's probably going to go the other direction now that blue team has basically a free push.
Yeah, turning a 3 versus 2 fight on bottom in terms of their favor. Lucian and Thresh should be able to take this tower, no problem. Ahri is nowhere nearby. Elise is up on that top lane, trying to hold as best she can. And there goes the tower. 5-0-1 at the moment on Lucian with very nice farm to boot. He is going to be the target of Frostfire in these coming team fights. However, it looks like ireallyhate3v3 is going to take another tower up here.
Oh man, they're going to repel. They're going to try and pick up the kills here. Going to dodge the bind. Going to take the damage. Going to miss the bind from Elise though too. But Ahri's going to ult in. Try to pick up one of these kills.
Ooh.
Misses the charm. The ult goes down. They get the taunt down onto Shyvana. And Shyvana's getting bursted. Ahri's on a rampage, 4-0.
Yeah, while they were able to pick up that kill on Shyvana, it's going to cost them an Elise as well. Now 1, 2, and 5, but Ahri is just getting scarier and scarier. 4-0-0 at the moment. She's already got her Deathfire Grasp as well, which she actually used on Lux in that fight, I do believe, rather than the Shyvana, who she thought was, you know, going to die anyway.
Oh man.
That Annie just keeps running into those death sentences too. It seems like Thresh is just doing a fantastic job of catching these bot laners out time and time again.
I don't get the itemization on blue team either, to be honest with you right now. I mean, 2 Tiamats?
It's... Ooh,
hold
on.
Pull over the wall. Oh, the Timber Stun is not going to be enough to save it. One more melee attack from Thresh is going to get it done. He's going to flash, pick up the kill. But now Ahri and Elise are in here, and they have a Thresh completely out of position. Get the hook on Annie, trying to get the damage down, but Thresh is probably going to die either way. He drops his ult, but it's not enough. Soviet gets slowed on Ahri. And I think that's going to be into the bot lane.
A valiant effort trying to take Annie down with him, but to no avail. The damage was just too strong coming out from Ahri, from Elise as well. And now, well, it seems like everyone's just going to back out. Not really interested in taking this bot tower at all. Lucian and Kha'Zix just a little bit too scary. However, going back to what you were saying, Mouse, while it's not too common to see the Tiamat come out on Shyvana, seeing it on Kha'Zix isn't that bad. It's very, very solid. However, Elise could be in a spot of trouble here.
Yeah, they burned everything. She's gonna burn Shen's ult to get out, but at the same time, the repel, they burned so much stuff. As she repelled up, they didn't have enough CC to lock her down when she came out of it, so it was a good play.
Yeah, that's the problem with ireallyhate3v3s at the moment. Their lockdown is on Thresh, their lockdown is on Lux. And if neither of those two are in a fight, then anyone is just going to be able to walk away from most of their damage. Oh, and we see Elise up top, unfortunately missing that cocoon onto Shyvana. But I don't think it would have mattered. She's got her dragon form up anyway. She should have been safe no matter what. So not a huge deal. However, we do see them going onto dragon on that bot lane.
They're not going to be able to stop it. They are going to burn the calling, which pretty much hits nobody. And they hit the bind, but they miss everything else. And they're just going to walk away from this.
Yeah, ireallyhate3v3 is playing it very smart there. They know they can't really stand up to a Tibber stun and that Shenton as well. And you know, they're really respecting this Ahri at the moment. 5-0-0, most kills on her team. And she just brings a lot to the table at the moment. Her farm, not the best. Lux actually outclassing her by about 40 right now. But you know what? She's got a lot of gold under her belt. She's just very, very intimidating due to what we've seen earlier.
Didn't have enough mana there to follow up on Elise. But you see Shen coming in, and now already trying to cut, or Annie trying to cut Shyvana off. Gonna get this stun down, but nobody else on the team is down there. She thinking. No clue.
Well, she's trying. And it's gonna actually burn Shyvana's ultimate there, so not too bad. Even though you're not able to pick up the kill, you are burning an ultimate, so very, very solid. Now we've got that Sunfire Cape coming out from Shen, going to help him be able to push that top lane.
Get the pull in the fight and all down on Ahri. So much damage. Gets a burst from Kha'Zix. Kha'Zix is now onto the Ahri or Elise, getting so much burst damage down the repel. Gets the double kill. Luzin's going to pick up the other one, and now it's an easy tower push for blue team. They may be able to take 2 here.
They should be able to. Shen is heading down, but you've still got every single member of ireallyhate3v3's up at the moment, and they're going for a beautiful death.
Yeah, they're going to die Van Slayer here. Oh, the ult's going to miss from Thresh, but Lucian follows up and gets killed.
Oh, but Lucian gonna run right into it.
Pudgy is gonna try to take underneath the tower, but he's gonna get burst down too. Blue team taking a tower like it's nobody's business, and they're gonna push this tower down now.
Even though the box didn't hit anyone when it first came up, Shen just walked right into it, and walking right into a 99% slow is almost suicidal against a team that's got light binding, against a team that's got death suns. And no matter how tanky you are as Shen, it's not going to be enough to save you. And Shen's actually going to keep on going for his randoms at the moment. Worried about that 7-0-3 Lucian, that 4-1-4 Kha'Zix. He's got to pay attention to Shyvana and Lux, though. They're not as far ahead as their AD carry and jungle, but they're still a big threat. And oh, a beautiful shot!
A beautiful burst from Ahri. The flash is going to get him away.
Oh, and the Ignite's ticking, but it's not going to be enough. He's going to walk out of there alive. A valiant effort by Ahri, but unfortunately, she just got outplayed there. Lucian was able to jump over that wall, and I don't think Spirit Rush would have been able to get her over that, so not much she can really do there without burning her own flesh, which was unfortunately down. And now, we haven't seen anything with the Spirit Stone yet on Shyvana. She's just sitting on it. She's, however, finished off that Ravenous Hydra. She's got her finished off Merc Treads. And I'd be curious to see what she goes for next. Ahri's looking very, very threatening at the moment. Caitlyn, less so. So I see her worrying more about that magic damage coming in. Possibly going for something like a Spirit Visage, a Banshee's Veil, maybe even a Maw, if she's feeling that she needs more attack damage as well. But we'll have to just see what she does. And I'm wondering what is going to happen with that Spirit Stone.
They're obviously well, right now they're going to split push bot. I think maybe she was thinking about getting it for the tenacity, and then decided that the Merc Treads were a better idea when Ahri got fed. To be honest, I think that's maybe what she was thinking. But at the same time, she hasn't sold it yet.
So yeah, we'll have to see how this is going to be the inhib tower going down. And oh, that cocoon, as close as it is not going to be able to land onto anyone. However, ireallyhate3v3 is cementing their lead at the moment, up around 9,000 gold at the moment. They are just dominating in terms of towers. This could be their 6-1, a beautiful death sentence.
Now they're just going to get in on this fight, though. That death sentence, the burst from Shyvana, they're going to catch Annie out again while they're taking the tower. Now Elise has been caught out of position. Elise is going to get burst down. Shen ult's not gonna. Oh, he's gonna Shen ult to get out. But now making this tower dive again like they have been all day, they're going to get the full-on Shen outside. The Flay is down from Thresh. They're getting damage on. He's going to kill Thresh because of the turret. But the culling and the ult from Lux is going to be enough. 4v1, plus a tower, plus maybe another tower now.
That was such a nice death sentence onto Shen, but unfortunately, the jump just left Thresh on top of a Caitlyn trap. And that gave them the lockdown they needed to just destroy Thresh underneath that tower. Netting a kill for, I believe it was Shen who actually picked that up, but giving the assist over to Caitlyn, who unfortunately is just not having a good game. This Thresh has just been on top of her and Annie this whole time, and we've seen nothing but very, very strong death sentences coming out from this Thresh. And possibly we're seeing more of them if he makes it through. Currently 2, and 10 got that Locket of the Iron Solari to deal with all of that magic damage coming out on a Fire Frost.
Blue team's gonna pick up another dragon here too.
Yeah, they've been very, very on top of them this whole game. And that's another reason why we just see them so far ahead at the moment. They've been capitalizing on towers very well. They've been capitalizing on these dragons very, very well. And now with a bit more ward coverage, we might see them either go for that top lane, maybe that open inhibitor, or maybe even that Baron. But my money at the moment is on that mid tower, that mid inhibitor. Once you take that down, that just opens up so many other options for you, because you've constantly got a push going in the mid lane. You've got something that Fire Frost has to constantly worry about. And from there, you go top, from there, you go Baron. So I think that is going to be the direction that ireallyhate3v3s are going to go with at the moment. They're going to go for that mid inhibitor once they've grouped up a bit. Now, we've yet to see the Talisman of Ascension finished on Annie. At the moment, she does have that fully finished Sight Stone, which is very, very helpful for her team. However, she's got to get that speed boost going, because Thresh has got it. He's got his Talisman of Ascension at the moment, which means if he wants to engage, he's got a much easier time, and Annie can't counter that with one of her own. And ooh, a nice ward coming out, spotting out Thresh. Not really going to try anything. Elise a bit more hesitant about going in. And she's actually opted to go for a Rylai's. Now, most of the time we see a Haunting Guys come out quite early. Oh, so close. A Haunting Guys coming out on Elise just for that extra magic penetration, giving her more damage without actually giving her too much AP.
So the Rylai's gives them another slow on top of their slow, plus health tanky.
That's the thing. It does make her more tanky. It does give her more AP as well, which is definitely not a bad thing. Increasing the percentage health damage that you deal is very, very solid.
I really hate 3v3 is in a position right now, and you see Shyvana going bot lane. They're gonna run what I call the pincer here. They're gonna be like, all right, we'll take a tower. When you go to do that, we'll take top, and then when you go to stop us top, we'll cycle the Baron. But because we have poke from Lucian and Lux and such, we're gonna be poking down to the point after we have Baron. We're just gonna follow up an ace and end the game. And they're actually gonna get the hook on Annie here. They're trying to force them away from this tower. I'm also honestly surprised Shyvana hasn't cycled to the mid inhibitor yet.
Yeah, just choosing to take that bot tower instead. There's the teleport coming out from Shen. Unfortunately, Thresh not able to cancel it. Oh, a beautiful light binding!
And that's gonna get double key.
Oh my gosh, beautifully lining up that laser. And this is gonna be another kill for Lux. Triple kill at the moment. And Shyvana's gonna be able to take that mid inhib, no problem. And meanwhile, Kha'Zix, Lucian, and Thresh gonna cycle mid and take that inhibitor as well. This is 2 inhibitors for I Really Hate 3v3s. Now almost 20,000 in terms of a gold lead, sitting at a crisp 17,000 at the moment. This could be game.
It's game here. They're gonna get the Annie, so Annie's gonna be down. Oh no, they're not gonna get the Annie. She's gonna get away. But both towers are down. They're onto the Nexus now. There's nothing they can do because Lucian is just gonna be able to run around and poke down the Nexus, and that's gonna be game for I Really Hate 3v3.
Yeah, it was just looking a bit too hopeless near the end. The gold lead was just kept on increasing, and there was nothing that Frostfire were really able to do. They were trying so very hard, but unfortunately, I Really Hate 3v3 kind of just kept on grabbing those objectives, whether it was Dragon, whether it was Towers, and even a fair amount of kills fell underneath their belts. 21-9 at the end of that game.
Yeah, it was a well played game, but I Really Hate 3v3 just got an advantage, a slight one, and then just ran with it to the end of the game, going up 21-9.
Yeah, and you've got to look at that 8-0-6 Lucian. He's got a Last Whisper, Bloodthirster, and Triforce. Very, very standard, very, very deadly. Not something you want to see on him at only 30 minutes into the game. And while Caitlyn was able to finish off that Infinity Edge, and she was working towards a static Shiv, the damage just wasn't there. Thresh and Lucian just did a fantastic job of destroying Caitlyn and Andy early on in that bot lane. And unfortunately, Ahri was not able to recover from it as well as she was doing in mid lane. She was not able to put the team on her shoulders.
Now, and that's what happened. I mean, even Ahri started out, 5-0 at one point? Finished 5-2-1. So...
yeah, there's only so much you can do for your team at that point. And even though Ahri was 5-0-0 for a bit, Lux ended that game with just as many kills and more assists. So it just goes to show that early game isn't everything.
Anyway, with that, I believe we're going to go to some music, and we'll be back in a few minutes with the next game here at World Turnings for Earthkey and everybody. I'm Mouse Jones. Peace out and see you in a few minutes, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep. See you soon, guys.